Good morning. Welcome to Headline Focus here live on Core Politics with me, Rob Double. It is Tuesday the 24th of April 2018. Let's have a look at what's making the political news today. So, to start off with, MEPs seek Brexit assurance over EU citizens. Now, members of the European Parliament, MEPs, plan to seek assurances about the status of EU citizens and specifically what they're going to be entitled to and the process of staying in the UK after Brexit. Now, there's a scheduled meeting with Home Office officials today in which the Home Office are going to come and present how EU citizens are going to be able to gain residency rights and stay in the UK post-Brexit when, of course, the right to free movement and settle in the UK ends as well. And this comes on off the backdrop of quite a few reports regarding EU citizens and MEPs' concerns. Guy Verhofstadt, who is, of course, the Brexit representative for the European Parliament, told the European Parliament, I think it was last week, or at least in recent days, that 3 million EU residents in the UK must be able to secure future rights easily. Now, this has been guaranteed by the Home Office to some extent. The Home Office last week held a private meeting for worried EU diplomats in London to reassure that EU citizens would not get the Windrush treatment because of the context of what has come out in terms of Windrush immigrants and the process they've had to go through and the difficulties they've had to go through with regards to immigration and settlement procedures. And Amber Rudd, the Home Secretary, said that the default position of the Home Office when it comes to EU citizens will be that they will accept all applications for permanent residence or right to stay in the UK. It will not be a suspicion. There will not be a immense amount of scrutiny surrounding EU citizens' applications. It will be very easy and very swift, causing as minimal disturbance as possible to EU citizens' daily lives. 1,200 ex-staff were to be recruited by next April to provide an easy access registration process. That's what the Home Secretary said last week. She also, speaking of the Windrush generation, she also announced measures for Windrush generation immigrants who've been caught up in the recent news regarding them being asked effectively, despite living here for decades and contributing to the country, to then be asked to leave and not possible deportation, possible restriction of public services. Now, those who've been caught up in it will get free citizenship, waiving admin fees in the registration process to get the citizenship, will not have to undergo language and British knowledge tests in order to get their citizenship, and possible compensation as well, although that's a bit unclear at the moment. We're not too sure. Home Office will have to come up with some more details of that, no doubt, in the next few days. Next story, though, comes from Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party. Now, he is meeting with Jewish leaders today. He's holding talks with Board of Deputies of British Jews and the Jewish Leadership Council, two very prominent Jewish organisations in the UK. This is part of his pledge to tackle anti-Semitism, which has been a really, really significant story, which has been going on for a long time since Jeremy Corbyn became leader of the Labour Party. And indeed, stories of actions of activists and members of the party have accentuated this story over the past few weeks. There is, however, a caveat to this. Whilst this meeting is taking place, a wider roundtable meeting with a wider net of Jewish representatives and influencers has been postponed. And so that's not a great success in terms of being able to draw together the whole Jewish community and to provide some kind of harmony and resolution to the story that's come out. The Sun is reporting that Jewish groups are warning that this is Jeremy Corbyn's final opportunity. After there's been some reports that they've not been particularly happy, or at least some groups have not been particularly happy with the way Jeremy, the leader, has actually handled the anti-Semitism claims and accusations in the past few weeks and indeed months. Finally, one more story then, a much more positive story. At about 11 o'clock today, the first unveiling of a statue in Parliament Square will take place, a Suffragist statue. This is for suffragist campaigner Millicent Fawcett. It will be unveiled at a public ceremony around about 11 o'clock. Theresa May, the Prime Minister, London Mayor Sadiq Khan will both be attending, along with many other influencers, feminist campaigners, politicians, and just ordinary members of the public as well. Millicent Fawcett's statue will join 11 other male statues in Parliament Square. So a nice little story to end there. If you're around, obviously 11 o'clock, that's the time to be in Parliament Square today. That's pretty much it for today. You're up to date. Don't forget you can find all the latest on what we're doing here on Core Politics on our Facebook page and Twitter right here. But from me and all the team here at Core London, have a fantastic start to your Tuesday.